right now we're going to talk about adding and subtracting with regrouping, and you've been adding since kindergarten, so you should be masters at it by now. The easiest way is to add without regrouping, which not many fourth grade problems have that. So first you just simply add, and remember, a lot of kids sometimes like to start over here and add this way. Guys, you can't do that, and I'll show you why you can't do that in a minute. It would work on this problem, but not the rest of them. Remember, you always have to start in the ones and go to the thousands or the 100,000s or whatever you're adding to. So 5 plus 4 is 9, 3 plus 2 is 5, 6 plus 1 is 7, and 3 plus 1 is 4. Super easy. Now, if I wanted to check myself, I could take these two numbers and subtract them. So let me do that real quick and show you. And when I subtract them, I get back to my original number. So you can see that I did this correctly. Now, in this other problem, this is why you can't just start on the left and work to the right. Because if I said 5 plus 7, that is 12. But then if I said 8 plus 6, that's 14. Well, you've already added this up, so you can't go back and add it again. So what we're gonna do is always start in the ones, or if you're adding decimals, which we'll eventually do, you'll start in the hundreds and then work to your left. So 4 plus 5 is 9, 9, 10, 11. I know 8 and 8 is 16. Well, this is one less, so this is gonna be 15. And I'm gonna add one again. I know 7 and 7 is 14. This is one less, so this would be 13. So my total would be 13,519. Remember, to check myself, once again, I could just take these two and subtract it, and if I did it correctly, I would get back to 5,694. So that's how you do it with regrouping, which you should be familiar with because we did that in second grade, we did that in third grade, and now we're doing it in fourth grade. Okay, let's talk about subtraction. Same thing, you have to start in the ones and work this way, okay? So this is super easy because there's no regrouping. We all love this kind of subtraction. 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2, 8 minus 1 is 7, and then 7 minus 4 is 3. Guess how I can check this? Yeah, I would just do the opposite. So I would take these two numbers and I would add them, and if I do it correctly, I would return to what my whole was, what I started with. So let's see if I did it right. 3 plus 2 is 5, 0 plus 2 is 2, 1 plus 7 is 8, and 4 plus 3 is 7. I got back to 7,825. Okay, now let's go to the next one's a little bit harder. Not as hard as the last one. That one gives y'all lots of trouble, but let's look at it. So I am gonna have to regroup on this one. So I'm gonna say 6 minus 4, which is 2, and then 5 minus 8. Well, if you go to Walmart with $5, can you buy something that's $8? It doesn't work that way, okay? That would be stealing. So what you need to do is you need to regroup. Now, a lot of times, y'all like to try to regroup all these numbers at once. Guys, just go one step at a time. It makes it so much easier. So I'm gonna go to this 2, and I'm gonna take a set away from it. And this 5 now becomes 15, okay? 15 minus 8. Well, I know 8 and 8 is 16. I need one less, so I'm gonna go with 7. Now let's go to the next number and see if I have enough. Is 1 larger than 7? No, it's not. So I'm gonna go next door. That 7 becomes a 6. Remember, we take a set of 10. So this becomes 11. So 7 and 3 is 10. One more would be 4. And then 6 minus 3 is 3. So this answer is 3,472. Remember to check myself. I can take these two numbers, I can add it, and if I did it correctly, I should return here. Guys, subtraction is so easy to check because all you're doing is adding. So I highly suggest 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I misadded. I highly suggest that you add it to check out and see if you got where you wanted to be, okay? All right, and I did. Back up here, same thing. Okay, now here's the one that gives y'all the trouble. The one with all the zeros, okay? And with the one with the zeros, you do kind of have to go all the way to the beginning and backtrack. So this 8 becomes a 7. this becomes a 10, but remember, he's got to help this neighbor out because this neighbor cannot do anything at the moment. So he becomes a 9. This guy becomes a 10, but he's got to help this neighbor out, so he becomes a 9. And then this last guy becomes a 10, and he doesn't have anybody else to help out, so that's what he is. He's a 10. So then we can start our subtraction. 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 9 is 0, 9 minus 9 is 0, and 7 minus 6 is, oh my goodness, I made a mistake, guys. Let me redo that. I worked a little too fast. 10 minus 9 is 1. I was thinking 0 minus 9. Do you see my error there? That happens a lot. Be very careful. 9 minus 9 is 0. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 7 minus 6 is 1. Now I'm going to add myself just to make sure. 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. 6, 7, 8. And I got right back where I needed to be. So I did okay. All right, so this is how you add and subtract with regrouping. Remember, always start on the right and work to the left. Start in the ones and work your way over to the biggest place value, so that way you don't mess up. When you're subtracting, just take it one chunk at a time when you're regrouping. Don't try to go over here and do it all at once. So just take it one step at a time, and that will help you out. Good luck.